It's a really attractive thing that I share in these beauty lives. We are going to be dermaplaning my face today, and we are going to be doing a exosome scalp microneedling treatment to help my hair continue growing. Welcome, you guys. Okay, we're doing our beauty live at 10 a.m. Pacific, and we've been doing it on Tuesdays recently, so I hope this is working for you. And of course, they're always available on replay because I save them here, so you can always reference them. And of course, we include the blog down below in the description so that you can find everything easily that I'm using and any applicable promo codes. I hope that helps you guys find everything. And with that, we're going to get into it. And with that said, let's do the disclaimer. This video is for educational purposes only. Copyright disclaimer: under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1, allowance is made for the fair use of purpose such as criticism, co-news, reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. This channel does not promote or encourage any illegal activities. All contents provided by this channel are meant for educational and entertainment purposes to help other women and men. There is an attack on true, helpful information from genuine sources. Please help me combat this attack by sharing this video with as many of your friends as possible. I apologize that every video needs to include this disclaimer as my videos are marked for adults. Unfortunately, this is our current landscape, and I appreciate your understanding and support. If you are in my skin and wellness app, I did just post a semaglutide microdosing video on how I've been using it throughout this last year, because I know I get a lot of questions about that ever since I put out the taper video on how I used semaglutide in 2023 and then got off of it. And then there's so many benefits to it, not just for weight loss. So I've been dabbling in microdosing it this year. All right, well, let's start with some of our favorite things. So we'll start with our Nira. I like doing this stuff consistently because I hope it shows you guys that I am using these devices all the time. Sorry, I didn't put it down right. So after I turn it on and I'm on level 3, which I know the lights make it look really hard because white on green lights, it's hard to see. But this is the Nira Pro, and it basically puts in heat into your skin to encourage collagen stimulation. And this one has a bigger hole in it, or a bigger aperture, so you're able to move a little bit faster than the Nira Precision, which had a smaller aperture. It was their first device for treating wrinkles at home. You're going to use yours right now, Debbie? Good idea. Well, that's the point of these, right? Like, if you're able to make it, no matter if you're able to make it while I'm live, or you're able to make it later on in your day, or you see it pop up and you're just like, oh, I should do that for myself. I just hope that I'm constantly giving you guys just the reminder, just the stimulus to help you guys stay consistent, because skincare is just like gym care, okay? It's the same thing. You're not going to improve if you don't just show up and stay consistent. And I know that from my personal life in so many facets of life, not just skincare, obviously. Okay, so that's how quick using the Nira Pro to just like treat and help encourage collagen growth there. If you saw my facelift video last week, you know that this is an area that I've struggled with ever since losing weight with semaglutide, because it caused this whole fat pad in my face to fall down, which is totally normal when on these GLP-1s. So if you think that that is abnormal, it's not. There are also things that you can do to help mitigate it, which, as an early adopter, obviously, I just did not know the ramifications of. Basically, when all that food noise goes away, you're so excited, you've got to pound that protein. And if you don't, you will compromise a lot of body muscle and fat pad. And you might compromise your fat pad no matter what, but you don't want to compromise your muscle. We are doing dermaplaning. So I'm going to start off by using an enzyme wash. I've used this one throughout the years. You guys, like, I think I'm on my 4th bottle of this. It's just a great Korean enzyme wash. It comes powdery. The reason I like doing it before dermaplaning is because it really dries out your face. So if you're super oily, an enzyme wash like this that comes in a powder can de-oil you. So it's great before something like an acid peel or dermaplaning. However, you shouldn't need to use an aggressive wash like this all the time, because it will dry out your face. Even if you think you're overly oily, that is still a nice thing for your skin. So don't over dry yourself out 24/7. Otherwise your skin will look really dry and it'll probably get irritated. So when you add water to a enzyme wash like this, it foams up, which is also what makes them great for traveling on planes and stuff. If you're going to wash your face on a flight, you can get little enzyme powder washes. You foam them up and you don't have like more liquids, you know, on hand. staying consistent. Suzanne McNulty says, yep, it's all about the consistency. Okay, so we're just exfoliating my face with this enzyme wash that's just going to help degrease our face. And the only reason I like to do this is because when we're cutting off the vellus hair and those dead skin cells that are on the top of our skin, the top layer, if they're not bogged down by sebum and dirt, they're going to stand up taller, right? And then it's going to be easier to shave them off. So you want like those little edges popping up so you can just like shave them off. And the same with the hair. You don't want it matted down because of any grease or oil on your face. You want them standing straight up so that they're easier to take off. I don't know if these are still available on Amazon, but for years, these were like our go-to facial cleansing pads because you would get like 50 of them in a pack for like $12 or $14. I think we may have sold them out and I think they stopped selling them. I'm not sure. But I don't know if these are still available anymore on Amazon. I'm sure if they're not, there's something that's replaced them over the years. I've used these a ton. I know people in our app have used these a ton just because I use them a ton. They're super soft on the skin and they're great, especially when I'm sitting at a table like this without a sink to be able to do like my beauty routines for you guys live. We're just getting all of that enzyme wash off. I use the Osake one. I find it to be pretty mild for being an enzyme wash. So if you're super sensitive, I don't think it's going to make you feel super dry, but it's going to do what we want it to do for this purpose. And I'm just patting my face dry. So in the past, I have used different ways of dermaplaning my face, but one of the things that I always stick to is my disposable 10R Swan Morton blades. In the past, I've bought the metal scalpel blade, and then you get all the blades and you can switch them on and off. I'm just going to say that the disposable one that comes in like a pack of 10 is the way to go. Playing with the scalpels, moving them on and off if you're not doing it regularly, sometimes like it's a little bit of a challenge. So I just think that the disposable ones for home use is the way to go. The reason it's called a 10R blade is because it has this rounded edge on it instead of being a straight scalpel. And so when you're shaving around your face, you have less chance of nicking yourself. That doesn't mean that you won't, but at least you don't have that strong straight edge coming out. Instead, it's rounded. So that's what the R stands for in 10R. And then just to forward, so you guys know, here is our Hairna Exosome Booster. This is different than the Exosome Hairna other serum that I used a couple weeks ago. This is a booster one, and I think it might be easier for a lot of you to use at home, and I'll show you why. But before we get there, we're going to take care of all this hair on my face, and I'm going to get close to the camera so that you guys can hopefully see. I know with the lights, it kind of like blows it out. Okay, so TikTok, if you want to see close up, you'll have to come to YouTube. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so you can see, especially down here, a lot of the vellus hair. It's not just about taking off the hair though. It's about taking off this top micron of like dead skin. But I know that sometimes it's hard to see. Sometimes it's easier for you to see like this stuff on the side, definitely where we get more peach fuzz. I can move you guys in closer, but I'm gonna have to be staring obviously down at my mirror so that I can see. For me in the mirror, actually, I can see it better than I can like in your camera. So as I was saying, I've used a lot of different things for dermaplaning over the years. Sometimes I just do that Osake, and then I use alcohol swabs to really dry it out, and then I just like shave it off. Ever since these like hair spray, like hair identifier sprays came out on TikTok, I think, I bought one and I've been using it. One of the things that makes it kind of useful for you guys is you can see the hair better because it identifies it better, hence identifying hairspray. But anyways, I feel like you have to work in areas because when I first did it and tried and sprayed it all over my face, I realized, okay, it kind of like dies down. You have to go back through. It's kind of like, I feel like you could do the same thing with dry shampoo, honestly, because it's just like a dusting that collects to the hair and you can see it. All right. This one just feels wetter. Like I feel like maybe it should be more dry, like a dry shampoo. And I feel like a dry shampoo might actually work better. So I'm going to start on the side of my face, and I have these little hairs, obviously, so I pin them back with my hand because I don't want to accidentally chop them off. And I have in the past. And then you have your blade, And you're not going to be against your skin like this. You're going to be at a 45-degree angle, so a diagonal. And you're going to just start cutting down. And then like sometimes on this side, because of how if you're right-handed, you kind of really have to like take your elbow really high back to be able to get this angle. It really depends on how flexible you are, how much mobility you have. And then you can flip it back. And then it's always a good idea. Hold on, let me get a white cloth so you can see. You don't want your blade to be gummy, so you always want to be like having something to like clean it off with. I'm gonna take this off so it doesn't get in the way. Okay. And then with this whole area of your ear, if you like pull it back to get the skin tighter, I have to move my mirror, and then I take the blade back like this because this is my right hand, yeah. And so I'm able to get on this side of my face easier. And it's super gratifying when you hear that like nice cut. You can like hear it. I don't know if you can see it, but you can hear it shaving off. Lean it again. For underneath your jaw, you're gonna like pick up your skin. So lift your face. You just want to make sure you get underneath. The other thing I was going to remark on is I'm not sure if I'm growing more hair due to the testosterone treatment that I'm doing, or if it's just related to age anyways, because I think we start to grow more hair as we age. I think definitely the testosterone pellet can encourage more hair growth too. And I've been doing testosterone. I've been on the testosterone pellet since January, so I've done basically almost a full year on the testosterone pellet. Okay, so let's like spray that front face and see if you can see anything there. So here, you're just gonna take it, you're just gonna come down. Keeping the skin as tight as possible is gonna help you. I'm just never sure if I like this spray or not, to be quite honest, because sometimes I feel like because it's wet, it kind of gums it up. But you can see like it's taking off that. And then like above our mouth, like I'm gonna come in and like pull it tight. It's always a really attractive thing that I share in these beauty lives. If you thought it was gonna be pretty, it rarely is. Okay. So we've kind of like done this side. I'm gonna do like the mouth area now, and then we'll move on to this side. There's something really satisfying about cutting across here too, because you know how those pores and everything get more gummy and congested, so I feel like you can like dislodge them more. And if you're scared of a blade like this, there's nothing wrong with starting with more of those blades that have the guard on them, just to make sure that you start to get the hang of it and don't go overboard, because you can go overboard with dermaplaning and then you'll make yourself really raw. You can do that with the ones that have the guard on it. Believe me, I've done that too. So it's just like learning when to stop, which I would say is like one of the challenges of dermaplaning, because once you get going, you're like, oh, I just want to get it perfect. Don't go so far trying to get it perfect that you cut yourself or make yourself really raw. Okay. So then we'll do like this side, but I want to get underneath my chin too. Underneath the chin is a little difficult. I don't know how guys do it. Definitely pulling the skin up is always easier than trying to go underneath it. Okay, now let's move on to this side of my face. This might be one of the last times I use the hair identifier spray. I just don't know if it helps me that much. I think next time I'm going to use dry shampoo, because I like the idea that it would be dry instead of like spraying my face with water, which I think mats down what I'm trying to do. So that's like why I feel like I'm maybe not into this hair identifier spray concept. I like the concept. I don't think that these formulas, forget it. I think, though, they are super soothing, but you can put in hydration once you get a good shave, and you don't need this to be like watery while you're doing it. That's my personal belief. You can see I did like nick myself underneath the chin. So that's why it's always good to pull the skin up. And if you don't like that little hair that you get like around your earlobe, because you see it in the sunlight when you're doing your makeup, I know. So just pull the earlobe up. So gentle. And then you can like clean it up. All right, so then let's just do like around my cheek, and then we can do my forehead. Hey Robin, how are you? Oh, Tyler and Edward. Oh, does Lindsay claim you grow a unibrow? Okay, so let's just come across here. This is always a tricky area because now I'm right-handed, so I have to like switch angle. Okay. Now we just have our forehead left. See, I just feel like it's not. Here, let's shake it again. Actually, you know what? Let's try a dry shampoo. I swear a dry shampoo might work better. And let's pick one. I think this one has color to it. This one might be out. Oh, the good one though. Okay, wait. This one might be full. This is just to test. I'm not saying this is appropriate. I'm saying I'm interested in this concept. Okay. Oh, I forgot that this one is a dark one. Okay. Oops. Oh, I should have looked. This is a dark hair. This is a dark hair one. The other one wasn't. That's why I got confused. All right. All right, let's see. Now we're going to be able to really see what's coming. Oh my gosh. Holy crap. This is the way to do it. Now you're really going to be able to see. I'm like shaving off spray paint. Okay, we don't want to like cut into our new little hairs that we've been trying to grow up there, so we're just gonna let those go. You see how easier it is though when it's dry versus being wet? I swear, dermaplaning has to be done on dry skin. That's why I'm not stoked on these identifier sprays being wet. I think if you have a dry shampoo, it's gonna do exactly the same for you. Might be better. Okay. If I could show you the mess that I just made on my desk, shaving this off my face. Let's, I'll just like wipe it all up. That was what was on my face that I shaved off. It would have been white if I had used a white one. I forgot that I had a color one. And then here's like the other stuff that we shaved off with the hair identifying spray. So both apparently work. I don't think you need a hair identifier spray to be able to dermaplane. You just need to get your face dry. Okay, so we'll just recap that. It will go into the trash. And we will put our fun little options away. And then we will rinse our face because obviously we have put some stuff on it. Now you can see that I coated my headband. Don't wash that, I guess. Okay, let's clip up my hair for a minute while we try to wash my face. Then we will rehydrate. We will do my hair. And then we will micro needle our scalp with the exosomes. You guys know why I like doing these, right? Because not only do I get to share what I'm using, but you guys keep me consistent in doing these things. Otherwise, I forget, just like you do. And I just keep moving on with life. Okay. Okay, let me pull out the camera a little bit so we're not like out of frame so much anymore. Okay, we are back. So we got my face. I did dip myself there too. All right, so now what are we gonna do? Well, Ladora did just send this peptide serum, so I thought we would test it out. And they want it to go along with their red light, so I thought this is a great time to infuse peptides into our skin now that we have the hair and the skin cells that would be blocking this from getting into our skin. It's a clear gel. And now we'll use the red light wand on it. But here is our red light wand. So with this one, it has a button to turn on versus Solo Wave doesn't. Solo Wave just touches down and goes on. The reason I don't like that is because it has turned on in my bag, like my travel bag, or just like in the drawer by itself, and then it runs out of battery. So I do like the Ladora has the button that you turn on so that you make sure that it doesn't just turn on by itself. And so I'm just going to use this all over my face to push in that serum. Oh Gosh, you guys, I didn't charge it. I hope it will last for me to push this in, heal up where I nicked myself. Oh my gosh. Okay. Story of my life. Something's not charged. So this serum has B peptide complex. So it must be their special complex that they put together with these different peptides. But then it also has hyaluronic acid and niacinamide in it. So it's going to help keep your pores clean. It's going to keep your skin brighter, and it's supposed to be able to hydrate pretty well. And as you can see, I did not charge my wand, but it says start with freshly cleaned skin, apply a mask-like layer of the 8 peptide activating serum onto your face and skin and neck, working in sections prior to using the Ladora wand. The treatment area should feel adequately moistened. Reapply if the serum begins to dry before completing your treatment. Once treatment is completed, seal in the hydration with a moisturizer and follow up with your existing skincare makeup. Okay, so they are supposed to be used in tandem. Of course, I would have used it longer had I charged my wand, but you get the idea, and now you don't have to watch me massage my face for way too long. So just about the Ladora wand, it's a 5-in-1. The Ladora Velve Pro wand combines microcurrent therapeutic warmth and facial massage to energize skin, reduce fine lines, and promote a radiant complexion. And I do love using these things to like push in serums and just like massage my face because it's like vibrating, it's warm, it's great. So, okay, you get the idea on that one. And it's great when I travel with it because it's really easy to travel with. So we're going to start again packing in more hydration into our skin now that our face can absorb it nicely. And one of the things that I have today is a Noni eye cream from Celemax. Now I've used different skin treatments. Like I use their foaming cleanser like in my bathroom upstairs all the time. It's like in my rotation. So it's 36.26% Noni fruit extract, provides antioxidants including vitamins, minerals to help darkened eye area due to stressful life and environments. So it has, I always butcher this word, bakuchiol, a well-known retinol alternative, provides, oh, hold on you guys. I think let me check the battery because I don't want it to go out, and it might go out. My dummy battery died, which means I have to change batteries while I wait on a new one to come. I ordered a new one. It did not fit for some reason, even though they advertised it on Amazon like it did. Okay, so I'm putting in that eye cream. I'm gonna put it on my lips too. Yeah, the noni fruit. So it's supposed to be super restorative and have strong antioxidants. And this is also a Korean brand, by the way, just so if you're interested in knowing where your products are coming from. Okay, so this was sent to me. This is Clinical Plus Skin. So I haven't used it. It's supposed to be a really thick cream, so I thought this could be super nice to put on right now. So this is a replenishing moisturizer that also has peptides in it. So it's a moisturizing amino acid derived that used to elevate the symptoms of atopic retinoid, or if you have dermatitis, this is supposed to be really great for your skin. So if you have things like that, omega-6 fatty acids shown to have antioxidant powers to provide moisture without weighing down the skin. And so then the peptides that they have in it are supposed to multitask with molecules boosting collagen production, reducing inflammation, accelerating tissue repair, and more for a stronger skin barrier and firmer looking complexion. Okay, I know that's a lot. Honestly, a lot of times with all of these things, I think it's just about getting in the hydration more than it is anything else, because I think it's really hard for a lot of these things to actually get down deep into our skin barrier through it, which is why when you microneedle or you basically trim off a lot of the barrier, like in dermaplaning, you're going to be able to get these things to infuse in deeper. So that's really, I think, in my opinion, the benefit. Okay, so as these are sitting on, I'm going to do like a really thick layer actually. Let's do a much thicker layer because we're going to treat my scalp right now before we microneedle it. I'm going to do our hair wand, but I kind of like want this just like doing a thick infusing into the skin. So if you have a high frequency wand, you should get it out because we're just going to give our scalp a little treatment. And one of the things that's great about before using exosomes in your scalp is to really make sure that your scalp is dry. I washed my hair this morning. I blow dried it. I didn't put anything in it. I just made sure that it's really clean. So while we're doing this, I can go over the benefits to the Hairna exosomes. A lot of people wonder where their exosomes are coming from. So these ones are derived from adipose stem cells. So they're taken from fat tissue. These fat-derived exosomes contain a rich variety of growth factors, proteins, that play a role in promoting tissue regeneration, stimulating hair follicles, and improving scalp health. So having beautiful hair really has to do with having healthy scalp. And as we get old, we really want to make sure our scalp is getting stimulated and is getting as much nutrition as it can so that those hair follicles develop stronger and our hair doesn't break as much and look shinier and healthier. Basically, we just want those hair follicles to be stronger. Okay. So it has this exoscript technology in them that these exosomes are isolated without being damaged, apparently. And so they're being able to be purified for effectiveness, but they're not being compromised, I guess, through the way that they're processed. And so because of this, it helps to harness the full regenerative potential of stem cells that can be derived from these exosomes without introducing live stem cells into the body. I don't really understand all that, honestly, but we'll just go with it. And all this is doing is it's just an electric current flowing through a glass tube that has different gases in them, noble gases like argon or neon. And basically that just means it's a medium that the electric current can flow through and then stimulate your scalp. It'd be the same if you're just stimulating your body with it, okay? It's the same. It's just a stimulation thing. It's not like electricity is like needed to be on your scalp. Although there is also like an ozone component to this, so it's really great at cleaning your scalp too while stimulating it. And then I love the smell when it's done because I do like ozone. Like whenever it rains here, I'm like, oh my gosh, it smells so good. Okay, we're done with that. Now it's time to set up our exosomes and start microneedling our scalp. So the way this package comes, it comes in a box like this. This is what's inside of it. So you get 5 of these vials of exosomes to microneedle into your scalp. And then it comes with 2 of these microneedling heads that get popped on them for like stamping into your scalp. And then it has this little cushion. You may have seen these with like other microneedling rollers and stuff. It's an alcohol cushion so that you can clean the pins. Okay, so you just like would punch them into this and it would help clean them. I also like to use a UV light box to put things in, tools like this that are going into my skin, to make sure that they're really cleaned. One of the reasons you can reuse these versus disposing of them is because they are gold pin, so they're not going to bend as fast. But keep in mind that one of the reasons you change cartridges and you throw them away when you're microneedling with pens is because it's not just a sanitation thing, it's that the pins get dull and they'll tear at your skin rather than being nice and sharp. So with this kit, you are getting 5 of these vials. You're getting 2 of these tops that go on them. You can clean them and they should last through the amount of treatments. But that's the reason with regular microneedling cartridges, I'll throw them away. Okay, so we're gonna pop off the cap on this. Hopefully we are going the right way. There's no identifier on the top of it. Okay, so then we're gonna take that gasket off and then pull out the rubber stopper. Okay, so then here's our exosomes. And here is our top that's gonna go on them. And this has like a rubber gasket to it too, so it fits on it. Okay. And then, yeah. Okay, so it fits on it and then you unscrew it. Look, it looks like you unscrew. Oh my gosh, my hands are going to get any more traction. Okay. Okay, so then you unscrew the protective cap off of it. And this is what it looks like. You can see the microneedling gold pins at the top of it. Okay. And actually in their paperwork, they do have an English section. Yay. So basically they talk about after shampooing, dry the scalp lightly, lift the cap in the direction of the arrow shown on the cap to remove it, remove the cap in the direction of the arrow and insert the sterilized microneedling cap onto the ampoule, which we did. And then you remove the lid, which we removed the top of this, and then we're going to press it into our scalp. And then it says after application, gently tap remaining ampoule on the scalp to absorb in. It says the first day, use the Hairna Exosome ampoule after you use Hairna Care shampoo conditioner. I can't remember if I have the Hairna shampoo. I should go dig it out and use it. Second day, use the Hairna shampoo treatment toner. It is even better to repeat the second day course 5 times. Okay, so they're thinking that in 10 days, if you use the Hairna Care premium set, they say it's like a 10-day care solution. So you're combining it with the stamping and using their shampoo, and it looks like you can repeat it pretty often. And they think you should stamp your, scalp for about 15 minutes. Okay, so let's start doing this. I think we should part my hair just so that we can kind of like manage it. Maybe we'll just like start on this side of our head. I'm not great at parting my hair, but you would think I could get better at it at some point. Okay. We'll just clip this whole side over here and we'll just start doing it on this side. What do you guys think? Yeah. All right, let's see. Okay. Oh, and I didn't tell you how deep these are. These, I think, I don't think are over 0.25 in depth. Stainless steel with 24 karat gold plated. They definitely look like 0.25 in depth. So we're just going to stamp this around. I'm definitely going to be stamping it around like my front areas where I get so much recession. I need to make sure that it gets filled. Let's see. There's like a little interior component to it where we need it to get filled. I definitely don't think you're going to waste product with this one the way you can with some of the other microneedling scalp things. Like the other pen I used, that definitely seems like you waste a lot with it, but I'm also wondering, are we getting enough flow with this one? We have to work for it for sure. Okay, okay, now I can see it actually building inside as I stamp it. I don't know if you can tell, but it's flowing down into like this compartment more now. Okay, it feels more juicy now. So you gotta just stamp it into your head. Welcome to anybody on TikTok. I am live streaming right now on YouTube if you want a better view. And if you want the blog post with everything I'm using, it's in that description box. And if you just joined us and you are in the Skin and Wellness app, I just posted a how I microdose semaglutide video right now. Okay. So you can see that I'm able to get some pinpoint bleeding in this because I like to stamp hard. And then I'm going to come down into this area and stamp. I really want to make sure I'm getting all my hairline. You can be as aggressive as you want. Like, it's only 0.25 millimeter depth pins, so. Okay. So it got in there pretty good. Part to the center. And you can obviously do this wherever you want more hair growth or wherever you're struggling with. I'm just treating where I'm struggling the most, which is on my crown and around my hairline. I think it'd be amazing to get 5,000 grafts of hair, just like put all through my crown, all in like right in here. I'm gonna go in between here. I definitely think this process is easier to manage product. So if you're concerned about wasting product, I think this is a better solution because you can move slower and I don't feel like I'm getting as much dripping. And I just like to like massage it in once I get some liquid in there just to go into all those like little pricks that I made. Make sure we stamp really good here. Okay. Yeah, the chat is great over on YouTube because Melissa and the Skin Squad members from the app have so much good additional detail to help reference whatever I'm talking about. I also think that if you've never microneedled before, this is like a great way to start. Just like the little stamping heads on top of ampoules. Just make sure to scratch in that serum. Okay. And then in this front area, if you want more information on this product or watching other people use it, inside the app, Debbie, one of our Skin Squad members, has been using this product and sharing lives, and you can see the growth that she's been able to achieve from using it. So that's why it's always so nice to be in there because you can just reference so much and you can see so much history with these products. Really hitting in that area where I have recession. I'm so glad that it's flowing now. I was like, oh my gosh, what if it just like doesn't flow? But you just have to work at it for a second. It will start to flow. It will build up into that area for stamping. Debbie says, absolutely. And I've been able to use it adequately getting through this whole area of my scalp. Actually, I've used the whole thing nearly. I wasn't sure because they talk about that you can recap them. So it really matters like how many times you want to do this and how much you want to milk it out. But I kind of feel like once you violate one of these things, it's probably best to use it up and throw it away. Clean your like pinhead that's going to be doing the infusion, and then use a future vial that's fresh. Just come back to this side and get a little bit more in now that we know we're done. Okay, so you don't want to throw this top away. You're going to take it off. I'm going to throw this away because this is done. I'm going to just massage that in a little bit. Okay. You're going to pray for more hair growth. Okay, so here is our thing that we want to clean up. I'm going to stick it in my UV light thing too, but you should like, I'm going to rinse this, but for all intents, for this purpose, this is the alcohol like sponge pad, so you can like clean it in here. But I'm going to wash it first when I'm done with this. Then I'll put it in my UV light box, and then I'll just run it through the alcohol one more time. So that's kind of my method for that. And then it can all go back into your little box. If this was cleaned and ready to go, you would recap it, put it back in here, and you can use it for your next session. And just keep it all together. Okay, is there any questions on the exosomes I just used? These are the Hairna Booster Ampoule set. And again, if you're on YouTube, then the link to the description is in the description box. So that would tell you like everything I used and where to get it. Okay, so let's just clip up our hair now, because now we're going to do our little polish up. Okay, are we ready for some makeup? Let's move you guys in a little bit closer. Okay, that looks about right. So now that our skin has been hydrating in that peptide clinical skin protective lipid cream from Clinical Plus Skin, it feels really hydrated. We need to protect it with some SPF. So today I have the Key Skin. I think it's pronounced Key because like spelled C-A-Y. I could be wrong. Okay, but this is an SPF of 45. It's considered Island Glow. There is a kind of tint to it. And I have a bunch of new Milk makeup today, so that should be fun. Hopefully we can do a nice, fun little job with that. Okay. And I did nick myself there too. Always finding new places where I nick myself. This thing of makeup, we'll go through it. The first thing I'm going to use is, I don't really ever use like a gripping primer before I do my makeup, but I know that a lot of people love this Milk Hydro Grip, so thought we would try it. So I do put on my sunscreen first, and then I start doing my makeup. And maybe it would have been better to prime first and then put on the sunscreen. I'm not sure. We will see. But definitely, no matter what you do, you want to make sure that your layers are dry. So like, I want to make sure that I really get this gripping primer dry before I start layering on what we're going to do next. And have you guys ever used these like milk cream things? So I have a bunch of different colors, but these are the colors that I have today. So we're going to like do a face look with those. And if you were with me last week, I did try out that Typology makeup. So we're going to be using their foundation today. I feel like this one really has to be shook. Okay. And I feel like I can never get enough out of droppers. I don't know. Droppers are, well, you know, packaging of products in general is just really difficult for me. Okay. I don't understand why they're so hard. I just want to get my beauty sponge wet. I don't know. It's probably not going to be enough. I'm going to have to go back in. It is a really light foundation, the skin tint. I have the color type 2 light. So it's a vitamin C and aloe vera skin tint. I just really can't get it out of the bottle. Oh, well, there's some. So you can see, like, it goes on like that, but the formula is pretty thin, so you can really just like drag it around your face and blend it out. And I don't even know if we needed this because I am going to be using those milk sticks, but I just felt like this would give us kind of like an overall maybe evenness to the complexion before we lay those down. Right. I don't know if it's a little too orange for me, but kind of like, maybe I should get the color one. Definitely the, I guess this one's called, I don't really understand their, the way they do colors and numbers and stuff, but this is their skin tint. They call it T12, but then it's also type 2 light is the color. Oh, what is the UV light box that I use? Oh, we can add this into the blog too, but this is the one. I shared it last year during Christmas. I should share it again. But basically, let's see, can you go to, okay. So it's just a UV light box from Amazon, and see how I keep like tools that go into my skin in here. And then when I shut it and push this button, I think it needs to be plugged in actually. I unplugged it, but when I push this button, it usually goes green, and then it will run a cycle to clean everything that's inside of it. Okay, TikTok's happy now. Okay. Oh, thanks, Melissa. Yeah, she'll add that into the live YouTube blog description when we're done. Okay. Oh, let's get out all these milk colors. So let's look at them. I kept them in their boxes because it helps me remember what colors they are. Otherwise, I totally forget. And especially on these little ones, I feel like it's hard reading what color they are. Okay. So let's organize this because some of these are meant to do different things. So, is this Enigma? Okay, so this one is a matte bronzer. So we're going to use this to bronze, and it's matte, so there shouldn't be a shimmer to it. And let's see. Okay, so this is what it looks like. So it's a little, I think that's a little orange for me, but that's what we'll do. And then Stoke, this color is their like chiseling color. So that's the color we'll use to like probably develop most of like the definition in the face. And then Enigma, what is this? Enigma, I think it's also a, okay, Enigma is a cheek. So I have 2 cheek and lip colors. So this is Enigma. And then this is more of the bright pink, which is called Rally, looks like. So here we have Enigma, Enigma, and Rally. So these are like 4 colors we're going to be doing something with on my face. Okay, so this is the chisel color. Again, and this one is in Sculpt. This is the Sculpt stick. And the color is Stoked. So let's start sculpting out our forehead since it's really tall. And look at this color actually matches my hair pretty well, so that's really good. Throw some of it into our eye crease. I don't know. Should we do something? I don't know. Put some down here. All right, let's see. So then sometimes, you know, with the wet beauty blender, sometimes I feel like I push it away rather than get it to go in. So let's use like a stronger brush like this that will just stipple it in rather than making it get absorbed into the wetness. Okay. And if you don't have a very tall forehead, then you don't need as much chisel as I do up there. But because I do have a tall forehead, I have more area to fill. If you're on TikTok, I'm not going to be able to do a collaborative live stream because I'm doing this right now. Okay, and then I just like stamp it into my eye socket. I'm never really precise with makeup. That would be like too hard for me. I would just rather just kind of watercolor it and stamp it in. Alrighty, so we have that in, but this is the color that's going to make us more bronze, and this color again is baked. So this is our baked color. It's going to be more bronzy. Do it in our eyes too. I like that it's matte though and not shimmery, because that might make us, it won't make us look super shimmery. It'll just be more glowy because of its orange cast. I was probably supposed to use these in the summertime when it was like time to be totally tan. Because now I'm going to be really, really glowy. Okay. What are we doing? I have made myself really tan. Okay. Both of these colors are pretty. I'm just trying to decide on which one I want to do. I don't know. I tend to lean towards this color, but I think this color is really pretty too. But since we're so tan, why not do this color? Okay, let's see how that's going to go in. I think that's pretty. I do like using the cream colors. It just makes it easier. It's like painting. They blend together. They're hydrating, not like powders that crease and make you, I don't know, they're harder to work with. They're harder to blend. I feel like I should have been higher. Because now I feel like this area is like kind of low. Maybe we can just like, look at, we can just like kind of chisel it up. Yeah, that's easier. Okay, we're just gonna drag it up. Okay. Maybe we just need this higher. Let's use our fingers. We just need that color to be just a little bit higher to bring the cheek up. Yeah. There's supposed to be lip colors too. Should we try it? Let's see what's it like. Good. I think that color is good. Okay, so I do have some other things to use, but we need to set my face first because these are a lot of creams and we need something. So I do have that Lawless powder that I used last week, so we'll just reuse it. And if you remember, the compact comes like this, and then underneath it is like a little puff that you can use for pressing. So that's pretty easy. And we could just like take some in our puff sponge and just use it to start pressing and setting some of this. I think it's actually easier if you take it like this. Okay. Sorry, I feel like maybe I should pull it out a little bit just so you get better perspective on my face. It will probably be a very glowy summer look because I have this bronzer from, I'm going to butcher their name because it's French and I'm not good at French. It's called like Jouer. I'm not supposed to say the R at the end. Okay. I think that looks okay. It's always funny when I play with new makeup because I'm like, I literally don't know what I'm doing with it, but let's try it out. Okay, so here's the Jouer. This is like a gold bronzer, I think. What are they calling it? They're calling it a blush and highlighter. Okay, but it's really, really gold. What it looks like. So I feel like we should use this in our eye for sure, and then be careful on our highlight because it is really goldy. And I do like taking things like this, putting it on my finger, and then patting it on because you get a better transfer, especially with the metallics. Okay. That is goldy. Hopefully you can see it. Okay, so with this one, I want to use like a bigger fluffy brush because I'm afraid of like how impactful it's going to be up here. Let's see. See, it's very pigmented. But it definitely gives that like glow on the side because of how pigmented it is. It's going to make you look like you're going to the beach for sure. I think it's pretty though. I'm not sure how well it's picking up. Okay, so now we just need to do our brows mascara, and I have a couple different lip glosses. So this is the Milk lip gloss. It's like more rosy. Then I do have, I don't think we can do red today because that would just be a really intense look, but I do also have the City Lips. Like this is just like a shimmer light gloss. So I think that could be pretty on top of the Milk one. So let's do our eyebrows. And I'm using the Lawless eyebrow pencil in Oak. And we'll just make our eyebrows a little bit more intense since we do have like, you know, some stuff going on our face. So I just run it through it. Then I take the spoolie and brush it up. And just kind of get it into the hair fibers, and it just kind of camouflages and makes it look like you have more hair than you do. And we should curl our lashes. So that'll give us a better ability to do the mascara. I have not used the Smoke mascara yet, so I'm not sure how it's going to be for me. And I do struggle putting on mascaras, so I could make a mess with this. Let's see. So this one is the Kush High Roll Mascara. It's in black, and that's what its spoolie looks like. So not super fat. And I have not had lash extensions in over a year. I've just been doing the whole natural lash thing. Some ways it's easier, and some ways it's harder. Okay, I feel like this mascara kind of clumps for me, which is why I have to keep like a spoolie like this around all the time, because then I have to go back through it and just clean it up. Very few mascaras I don't have to do this with. Even the tubing mascaras that I feel like do this less, I still go through them because I feel like it takes forever for them to dry. And when I do this, I feel like I dry them out faster. Okay. Lip gloss. So this is the Milk lip gloss, and this is in color Wander. They're calling it a lip oil gloss. It goes on really, really smooth. It definitely feels very hydrating. Okay, this feels really, really good on. I don't know. I'd probably have to reapply it a lot. I feel like it's awesome when you put it on, but like don't touch your lips and don't talk so it stays. But let's see what it looks like with the City Lips. What color are they calling this? Oh gosh, my eyes. Silver Skyline. Okay. So yeah, I mean, this is what happens when you use like a clear lip gloss thing on color. You're gonna get your little doe foot messed up and ugly, but oh well. Okay, I don't know if that really did anything much. It made it a little bit icier, but I think the original color is really pretty. I think that this feels really good too. Okay, that is what we have to do today. I guess I could also use this as another setting on top of it, but I don't really know if I need it. It feels really like locked in and glowy, and it's like summer in the middle of November, so I guess this will work. Okay, is there any questions about dermaplaning or what I did to use the exosomes to microneedle my scalp? I know that you guys don't really come here for makeup, but if there's anything that I can help you with, leave it in the notes below or in the comments section of this live. We'll get back to you. And then also make sure to check out the blog that has everything listed that I used today and any applicable promo codes. And I appreciate you guys stopping by, and I hope it encouraged you guys to do something for yourself today.